guys, it's your girl Sierra. Welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about Fiona Coyne and her loneliness. Cue the music. I'm so lonely, I'm so lonely, I have nobody but my own. We're going to start off with who is Fiona Coyne. We're going to dive into first impression, where her loneliness kicks in, her freedom, and lessons learned. That's like tied into one. Okay. I thought I had more, but Jesus Christ. I should have highlighted my bullet points. Anyway, who is Fiona Coyne? Fiona Coyne is the new rich girl who was introduced in season 9. She is the fraternal twin to Declan Coyne, who's gonna have his own separate video because Mother of God. She's from New York. Her parents are New York socialites, I think, pretty much. Her mom does like charity work. Her dad does something. They rich, that's all we know. So first impression, she's very clingy. At least that's what I got. Like, this is like literally my first impression when recounting when she was like first coming onto the show. She's very clingy, very stuck up. She doesn't want to do anything she doesn't do anything slash doesn't want to be involved. When they get to Degrassi, Declan wants to do a play. He's interested in Jane. You know, he's like already immediately like immersed in this world. He's very adaptable. Fiona's not. Fiona's like, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? The dad's the governor. That's right, because something like that. It was something like that. Anyway. Remix. Rewind a little bit. And so she really makes fun of Declan for trying, and she's like, I'm not with that. She's very standoffish. When it comes to the guys, go ahead and be standoffish, because a lot of the guys in Degrassi are so messy. You don't want to get involved in that, girl. You just don't. You don't want to get involved in any of them. And that was when Dave actually tries to hit on her. She was like, no. Actually, this is my boyfriend, and she points to Riley. I'm like, look at the two gay characters.
Angel, good luck, man. Is this the SAT prep club?
No, it's fashion, where the guys are. Vocab word, indefatigable.
This guy bothering you?
No, I was just... Never mind.
That fashion's dangerous for sure.
You're pretty brave. I should jet, but I'll see you around. Fiona, right? Have a good bando.
But I tamed that playa. We're dating.
Oh, because at the time when you're first watching it, you don't know that, but I rewatch it so many times. It's so funny to see that moment when they like try to be together for a minute, because I'm like, yo, both gay as hell. Oh, it just cracks me up every time. But she pretty much has a very unhealthy relationship with Declan. She's very codependent. Oh, these Degrassi characters are so codependent on their significant others and now their siblings. Jesus Christ. To the point where she kisses him. That's... I was surprised that Degrassi went that route. I was just like, oh, is this some incest going on? Oh my God, what's happening? I'm like, is Declan gonna be like into it or whatever? Like, when I was first watching it, I was very confused on what Declan was gonna be like. But then he like pushed her, he's like, oh my God, you're losing your mind. This is when she was getting jealous of Holly J. So, let's go into where her loneliness kicks in. So, as Declan spends more time with Holly J, Fiona is left alone. Her dad's doing whatever, her mom's doing whatever business they got. She doesn't really have friends from New York, because I feel like when you have money like they do, you don't really have friends, you have connections. It's kind of like Gossip Girl. Like Serena and Blair weren't friends because of being genuine friends after a certain point. They were just friends because of convenience and history, but they weren't close. They were bad friends to each other. They were terrible friends. And I feel like for Fiona, it could have been like that too. So she really didn't have friends that she was contacting. We didn't see her like do FaceTime with anybody. We didn't see her texting anyone at all. So it's like she's very disconnected from New York. And I feel like also New York is New York. When you're in it, you're in it, and when you're out, you're out. No one's paying attention to you. No one cares about where you are, what you're doing. It's very much like if you're here and you're doing stuff, people are going to pay attention to you because you're in New York and you're doing stuff, you're doing business, and this is your local spot. This is people who matter to you. These are people who have opinions on you. And then when you leave, or you go when you leave New York, I feel like people care less about you because they're like, you're not here, so what am I gonna do? They're gonna gossip, obviously. Everybody gossips, no matter where you live. They're gonna gossip, but no one's gonna actively be like, oh my God, what are you doing? Are you doing anything interesting? No one's gonna really sought out information. They're not gonna contact you. You're not there. They don't care. They've gotten over you. So she's very isolated, and it's a lot of her doing it to herself because she doesn't want to build connections with other people. She's like, I ain't doing it. And it feels like her actual relationships is more familial based. She's very close to her family. She's very close to Declan. Clearly, she's gonna kiss him. But after that, she doesn't have the instinct in her to grow friendships. So when she does connect with Riley and they do kiss, but Fiona's like, oh, you're gay. And he's like, what do you mean? She's like, no, it's fine. Like, my mom's hairdresser is gay. Like, there's tons of gay people in New York. And he's like, no, I'm not gay. I feel like they do develop a friendship, but that's because she doesn't know it yet, but there's a mutual gayness going on. So that's her first relationship, but it's trying to start off as a relationship. This is where we're going to be going. It seems like as if she tries to get to a certain level of closeness that her family is. She's trying to constantly put other people in that spot. Hear me out. Moving on to when she starts to connect with Adam. She starts to like him and talk to him a lot more, especially after the whatever they were doing in the gym. Something. This is when Adam and Drew were like, oh my God, I can try to get Fiona. Well, Adam was just like, I don't think she's your type, bro. I was like, I don't think she's, I think you're her type. And Drew's like, what do you mean? Girls are my type. She's my type. Mm-hmm. The ego on that one. But very much so, it's Fiona trying to develop a deep emotional relationship. And she constantly does this with Adam. Like, she does also do this with her drinking. Because at the time, as she starts to connect more with Adam, she starts to drink more. She's drinking a lot. She's our alcoholic, our recovering alcoholic. Let's give her some props for that. But it's very much like she's constantly trying to fill the deep void, not the shallow level of friendship. She's not trying to fill that. It's what's so important to her that she's constantly trying to fill and trying to put something there to make her feel good. Her family made her feel good. Declan made her feel good. It made her feel protected. It made her feel loved. It made her feel cared for, because there's no friendships for her. So she's like, I don't care about that part, but as long as I have like my family, my true roots to who I am, I'm gonna be fine. But as everyone is doing their own thing, and Declan is doing his own thing and being with Holly J and doing the play and all that kind of stuff, she's lost her roots. So she's like, I need to find a tree. I need some plant. I need some type of plant. I need to put it in that ground. I need something to start growing there. I don't care about over there in the desert. I need something to start growing right here, because this hole is empty and I need to fill it. So that's pretty much what I feel like Fiona does when it comes to building connections with people. And so she does that with alcohol to fill that void as well. Everything she does is adds to that, which then we play back to before she gets with Adam, going to when she gets back to New York, when she gets with Bobby. She's trying to fill that spot since Declan's still doing what he's doing. He's going to school. He doesn't want to, not that he doesn't want to like be associated with Fiona, but he's doing his own thing. So Fiona tries to fill that hole again with Bobby. But that plant that is Bobby is trash, okay? That plant that is Bobby is literally ruining her soil. It's ruining everything. That thing is germ infested. It has maggots on the end. That thing was not supposed to be there. That thing had no potential of growing whatsoever, because we know how Bobby is. So once that got taken out and it got ripped out, it wasn't like as if she took it out herself and was like, okay, that's not good enough. That's not good for me. I need something else. It got ripped out of it because of what she experienced with Bobby. And so she tried to fill it. So she found Adam and she found alcohol. She found Adam as the plant and the alcohol was the water. She was like, I'm just gonna nourish this real quick over here. I'm just gonna soak it. Maybe it'll grow. And since she's using actual alcohol, it's not growing. It's not growing. It's not growing whatsoever. And also, Adam is like, hold on, wait a minute. You saying my skin is soft? You think I'm a boy and a girl? No. So Adam took his ass out as well. So now Fiona's just like, what do I do with this? It's empty and everything, she feels empty, because if that's empty, she's empty. She doesn't have anything. She's very dependent on those deep roots, so she tries to find it elsewhere every single time, and it's not working. I actually have like a diagram laid out. It was just some arrows and some words of how this process works with her. So we have Declan and family. I'm gonna try to put this in as cute as possible. You might just like not see my face for a minute. But anyway, we have Declan and her family, and that's like her plant, her roots, her soil, everything's thriving, everything's growing. That gets replaced with Bobby. Like I said, Bobby is nothing but stems with maggots on it, not meant to grow here. That gets taken out. So then she adds alcohol and Adam together. She thinks the alcohol is going to quench the plant, so then her feelings with Adam will grow. But that doesn't work out. So Adam takes himself out of the equation. The alcohol is still slightly there. That's when she actually starts to go into rehab. But then she replaces it with Holly J. Holly J is another plant. And this plant's not allowed to grow here either. It's like, girl, the soil in the plant is not mixing. Something's not aligning. So she tries to plant it with Holly J by really, really close to Holly J. Now that she's actually friends with her. And they have like a really deep connection because she's back at Degrassi and she latches on Holly J. But Holly J's about to graduate. So, baby. It's not that Holly J is gonna leave her. It's gonna be like a little stem. There's gonna be a little piece of Holly J there, but the rest of the plant is going to need a bigger pie. It's gonna need a different place to be located. So then she tries to fill it with Charlie. I know, a lot going on. Charlie, that was the chick from the thing on the motorcycle who was like, oh my God, you're cute. The one who lives with her, who brings the cat, the one who she thought brought bed bugs, that Charlie. And then Charlie leaves, so now the plan is like, it still has the little stem of Holly J, still has has her friendship with Holly J. Then this actually gets placed with Eli. I know, we were like, what? Eli? And that is because of the play that she's working on with him. She wouldn't have a plant there if it wasn't for Eli. If it wasn't for the play, there would be nothing there. But now she has Eli as a plant and she starts to build a friendship with him because obviously we know she's gay now. So now she's not trying to be in a relationship with a guy, obviously, because she's like, I'm gay. But she's still looking for that deep connection, and they both have a love of theater. You pretty much have a deep love for theater, but they're also both social outcasts, really, because Fiona tried to be cool or tried to get into the clique, the cool crowd with Katie and Marisol, and it didn't work out how she thought it was going to. So with doing the play and being around Eli, they actually start to develop a really deep friendship and connection. And also because we lost Adam too as well, it's just, I feel like now they have like a mutual loss too. So there's that deep connection that she's getting from Eli. Yeah. There we go. That's where that came in. See, I knew I could piece something together without looking at my notes. And then once Eli goes to school, because I think Eli was a grade above her still, because she had moved back and forth so much, I think it put her behind a little bit. Or Eli was always ahead of her. I don't remember. Anyway, they were wearing different shirts when they had uniforms. I digress. And then once Eli went to school, we get the plant of Imogen. And she's liked Imogen while still being friends with Eli, but now she has these romantic feelings for Imogen. So Eli gets taken out. He's another little stem along with Holly J, so she still has like those connections, those deep friendship connections, but then she puts Imogen there. And now she's developing a relationship with her, developing a completely deep relationship with her. Very romantic, obviously, because they're together, they're a couple, duh. But then as Fiona goes on to her job opportunity in Paris with a famous fashion designer, Imogen takes her ass out. And not because she doesn't love her, but because she doesn't want to hold Fiona back, which, valid. Thank you, Imogen. Finally, somebody with some type of sense when it comes to these Degrassi characters. She had some type of sense. She's like, you know, I'm not gonna hold you back. I'm gonna let you fly, baby. Fly. But she's still, I feel like Fiona from there learns that she can have those deep connections with people without trying to fill a void necessarily. So she's not trying to, she doesn't feel as empty anymore. And it's not because of the connections that she's had along the way, but her slowly losing her dependency on it, because now she started to live in her own apartment. She started to work her own, she started to have her own job at the Jamba Juice equivalent place, Juicy Fruit, something like that. She slowly started to lose that dependency of those deep relationships and try to actually put it in someplace else. So fostering a little bit of independence, I feel like lessened the I can't think of the word, the intensity of having those, of developing those relationships and having those relationships consume her as much as they did and how much they impacted her. So I feel like because of Imogen leading to the concept of freedom and lessons learned, Imogen freed her and kind of blocked that codependency from them that they had formed already, but allowed Fiona to flourish, and also it allowed Imogen to flourish as well. So she ultimately helped stop that cycle that Fiona was doing. And Fiona was already working on that herself with working the job and living in her own apartment. But Fiona really, I felt like, kind of pushed it along even further, because now she's like, well, yeah, we have become codependent on each other. I really do love you. We have this really deep connection, but I'm not going to let that stop you from doing what you're meant to do. And Fiona does like try to fight it a little bit, but Imogen's like, no, we're not doing that. Go do you. And as Fiona's graduating and like crossing the stage and everything like that and leaving, she has a smile on her face. I feel like she feels a little bit freer because of that. So finally she has developed that sense of independency as much as she can have from those experiences. And Imogen's nudge really shows that she can just do things on her own. She doesn't have to constantly have to fill a void. And it's pretty much her finding comfortability with being on her own without feeling lonely, because Fiona felt extremely lonely. She felt like just lost without a very dependent relationship on somebody, a very dependent connection and intensity on a deep-rooted relationship. But that's all that I have for this video. If you like this video, be sure to like it, comment below what you think about Fiona and her loneliness. And until next time, stay magical. Bye.